Okay, back again in Emoji Gaming. So this time I tried to play not most of the favorite game of all time, but used to be many people's favorite game, especially when they're just like a casual gamers, or maybe it is one of their hobbies, perhaps. So yeah, I tried to play a football or soccer games, which is the FIFA 2018. So it is already quite long for this game to be released. So basically, this is one of the cheapest PlayStation 4 games that I bought in physical because it's only cost me $1, even though it is pretty scary when I first tested because I never really unbox or record the unboxing before, since I always try to trust the seller. And then this is actually one of the scariest because the copying file from the Blu-ray disc into the system is just so long until I just keep moving around of the PlayStation 4 menu until a certain point of time that I don't know when. I think I definitely eventually skip it, the recording. So it may took almost an hour, I guess, for copying the data disk. I think because maybe the disk is already almost broken, perhaps. I'm not sure because most of the other games, if we talk about in the physical disk that is still in a very good condition, it's only took less than a minute to copy all of the discs because yeah, that's the technology of the PlayStation 4 had, perhaps from the Blu-ray drive. So it is very fast. So I just don't get it why this is almost broken, but thankfully it is still working perfectly. But I will never try to remove this game because it was very struggle to install it again to save space. So basically I would prefer to buy another external hard drive rather than removing this game. Besides, I also
EA Sports.
try
It's in the game.
to put the game into a certain place that most likely I will not try to find it again, perhaps, I'm not sure. So basically, when I tried to buy the PlayStation 4 from my college friend, he's actually really quite like
No finer
the
stadium in
football or
football. The
soccer
Bernabeu
games
is
such as
descending from
FIFA.
one of football's most
So he
demanding
used to
fixtures,
have
the
the
Madrid
FIFA
derby.
20 and
It's an
FIFA
absolute
21,
privilege to be
but
here.
I
I don't
eventually
think we're going to be
sell it
disappointed.
because that one of the game that I
We
was
are
firstly
underway at the
sell
Bernabeu.
because I never really like it, and
Atletico got men in the
I
middle.
always think that
Griezmann!
I have to immediately sell it because it will keep decreasing in
Comes
terms
for.
of price because yeah, every year this there will always be a new game
Now that comes again.
that has the same
He is
title.
taking the long.
So that's the reason why this game are
Another
only
clever change
expensive
of
at the
direction.
beginning, but
Oh,
in
seems to
the
be
terms
okay,
of
but it's
4
a
or 5
shocking turn.
years,
You're the
this
only one
game
to
only
stop him.
costs
That's got to be
14
a goal.
times lower than it was used to be.
So, 1-1 then, a tremendous contest. And
So
now
yeah,
this free kick
that's the reason
conceded by
why
Atletico,
this
right in
considered
what
the
looks a
cheapest
perfect
physical
position for the
PlayStation
majestic
4
Cristiano
original game
Ronaldo.
that
Is
I
there
ever
anyone
bought.
better in situations
And
like this? They've got to get the wall right, but even that might
it
not
is
be
most
enough.
likely like the PlayStation 3 game that I used to bought, which is the some kind of Japanese game about golf. It was a cartoon golf for some reason, and I just don't get it why I bought it. But yeah, it's only cost me $1. but it is not really in a good condition. Well, it is kind of in the same condition because there's no box in this cheapest PlayStation 4 physical game as well, because the box itself can cost more than the game, which is really mind-blowing. So I just don't get it why there is a prologue kind of match between the Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, maybe because it is one of the iconic, perhaps, I'm not sure, but it's really weird when seeing Cristiano Ronaldo is still in the Real Madrid.
It's a dangerous field for this attack. It's looking good from their point of view.
Here.
Free kick given by the referee.
Maybe because
the defending team might be in trouble. They might regret conceding this. And the goalkeeper's
also really good at playing this, since this is not my favorite game. So the one that I really like is the FIFA Street, but sadly it just never released again. So last time that I played is on the PlayStation Portable, perhaps, I'm not sure. So, yeah, because it is pretty weird if you, it's like fictional football or soccer in the street.
No, I don't think anybody, even the player involved, can argue with that.
I think the player is also very different, because consider, yeah, the FIFA Street is actually, the second FIFA Street is actually released.
Yeah, it is, and he doesn't normally let you down.
I think in the early 2000s, most likely, so that's the reason why. I think the only popular players.
The referee had a good look at that, decided it's just a throw after the tackle.
I'm not sure whether he's still available or not to be played.
To Cristiano Ronaldo in that wide area.
FIFA games.
A chance to break away now on the counter. He's cut that out well,
so
well
this
read.
video is only around 23 minutes, so it is not long, because I only tried to test it on one match, a single match. And I think it is only the prologue, most likely, because for no reason we just cannot skip this match, perhaps, I'm not sure.
Looked very good indeed, but the
one thing for sure that we cannot set the timer for this prologue match. So
what an opportunity that was wasted with that counter attack.
I think this is one of the maximum match length, which is 15 minutes perhaps. So
after this half clearance,
I usually only play in less than 5 minutes.
Straight to him, didn't they?
Yeah. Tony Kroos.
It's a little bit boring, to be honest.
Modric.
E-sport, e-football, very long
time. That's what we've come to say. That's a brilliant goal.
Because it doesn't technically need a lot of time
absolutely furious
to make
underdogs in terms of numbers and the shape of the game,
and
they've scored.
It just goes to show when you are depleted, you don't have to give up the match. The ghost
AI, because there always be a trick for the AI.
Saw the look from the other player and saw where the pass was going.
It just used some sort of pattern, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Real Madrid looking good here. Put them in front. Somehow he saved it. It's a corner for Real. The possibility here of getting their noses in front.
So besides FIFA 18, I'm also buying the Pro Evolution Soccer, but I'm not sure which year that I actually bought, because they're bought in a similar price, but I think the FIFA is cheaper for some reason, even though it is more modern.
Attacking
I
power
think
in this
the Pro
situation.
Evolution Soccer is around 2017 or 2016, I'm not sure. Because yeah, if you talk about the Pro Evolution Soccer, it's no longer released and it's already rebranded into eFootball, which is basically a free game and also accessible in various kind of platform, including mobile.
Well, the pressure paying off. It's an
Yeah, there's
aimless
always some
clearance.
differences if we talk about the
Play forward,
mobile
a
and
bit
the
of menace in this
console or
attack.
PC. Since
Ronaldo.
just like how
Modric. Great work by the
the
goalkeeper.
FIFA
Great
was
hands.
ported into Nintendo Switch, which is later called as Legacy Edition, which is pretty much has the same engine of the PlayStation 3 game,
What we get
perhaps.
to
I'm not
see,
sure.
of course, the
but
assistants don't. Whether that'll change down the
yeah,
years,
this
I'm not sure. But anyway, the
it's
replay
just
here shows
basically
he's got it right.
He has. There
little,
was no
very
real
little
goal-scoring
improvements
chance, but
because yeah,
the defence would be pleased
they
that
had a
their
limitation on
organisation caught him off.
Here they are,
how
Real on the
they
attack
can
again.
basically develop those games in Nintendo Switch, which is powered by NVIDIA Tegra
Here's
APU,
Carrasco.
which is a mobile kind of processor that just exclusively created
Looking for some
for the
support.
Nintendo Switch, just like how AMD tried to develop its own dedicated
Here's Carrasco.
processor
They've gone wide again.
and
Atletico Madrid. You
graphics
see
for
why.
the Steam Deck.
Delivered into
At
the
some
box.
point, they're basically still trying to develop
Bale.
an exclusive
Luis.
processor for other
Better play
devices.
from Atletico Madrid. Has been in the wider
Later.
areas.
Several times later, like
Supporting player alongside.
when I finally can bought it on my dream gadget.
Gabi.
So basically it is much
Saul.
powerful
Good work to stop the opposition. He's got to clear it now.
processor, but of course this has more
Ronaldo.
TDP, so
And he is playing so well today.
there's kind of
Sometimes you have those
like a
afternoons when
drawbacks
And he could
for
get
some
away
reason,
here.
but yeah, it's just so hard when you talk
Right
about the
ball here.
mobile
And it puts them into the lead.
processor. It is
Well, that is
always
a real
been
surprise. And the team with 11 men are just looking at each other, really saying, how do we let that
depends
happen?
on the
well,
power,
I think the side
including the
with 11
battery,
have been a
which
bit
is
too nonchalant,
very
actually.
easy to
Taking the
get
foot off the gas and they've been made to pay.
drained. I think it's not wasted. Wasted is more like a
Sal.
drunk. Grown-ups. So basically the
Sal.
difficulty of the AI most likely just a normal, so that's the reason why, even though
Atletico Madrid
even
now.
for me that
Attacking dangerously.
just very rarely to play this game can easily beat
And
of
Ronaldo.
course
Karim
it is
Benzema.
still not that easy because they're actually lower
His
difficulty
teammates
than
have thanked him
this,
for that.
but there's so many higher difficulty as well, which even some pro player think that
Carrasco.
the hardest difficulty in the game is just so impossible to
offside.
beat because there's some sort of advantage that was trying to give for the artificial
Straight to it, didn't
intelligence, which
Here's
that's the
Cabero.
reason why
Now Carrasco.
humans sometimes cannot
To cut that out.
outreach
Sharp movement.
computer, especially when it comes to speed, because yeah, we still need time to
Saved his
think,
side really
but
with
at the
that
same
interception.
time, computers just immediately calculate it
Okay.
in a matter of
Chance
seconds.
to go at the opposition with pace. Here's Cristiano
So 9
Ronaldo.
minutes remaining, but in the time
Good
is
vision.
still around 17 minutes, so yeah,
He's tried to
it's
hit this
pretty
one too
long.
hard, that one, hasn't he?
Oh, I think he sacked it, Martin. Miles off target in the end.
Gabi. He goes out wide again. Griezmann. Real Madrid given the throw here. Sergio Ramos. Toni Kroos. Here's Casemiro.
Last time that I was playing
Gareth Bale.
soccer or football game like this, I still remember how I
attacking well
try
here.
to mod
Great ball from
the
play.
Pro Evolution
Benzema.
Soccer in order to
He
get
scored.
special
Big moment
team
for them in
that
the match.
was
They've
never
pushed
been
their lead now
available to
to
the
2
game.
ahead.
So
They've played well to this point,
basically,
but sometimes a 2-goal lead can be a
my
dangerous one.
country or
We'll
even
see.
any club, football
Scoring
club
in
in
any
my
game is
country
worthy of
was never
celebration. When you get to, it is special.
really
He
available
is
on the
feeling
game.
that
So
special delight at the
those
moment.
mods, everything seems to be
Goals for the fans
available,
here.
and
4-2. We
basically
go again. Here they are on
it
the
is
attack.
already pretty common, I guess, for this game
Ronaldo.
is try to have a customization of
They're
character.
not strong in that period
So
of attacking play.
from
In the
these
end, it was
features,
disappointing.
modders doesn't
Yannick Carrasco.
has to be hard to
Felipe
create
Luis.
mods for certain people that's basically
Griezmann.
never
Really eye-catching play by
really
Atletico
available
Madrid.
on the
It
game.
could
So
get better.
they try
Here's
to create
Carrasco.
the
Felipe
look alike
Luis.
in the game,
Close.
and
Cristiano
without
Ronaldo.
having to do
Okay.
an additional software, and
Now
they
he's looking
try
for
to
support. Here's
maybe
Carrasco.
pack those mods as a
It's
single
out for throw for Atletico Madrid.
file, so
Here's Gamero.
player can easily install it in any kind of
It's gone into some
their
traffic, but it
installation
could be
game.
dangerous here for the opposition. Griezmann could have
Of
halved the
course, there's
deficit
still
there.
several
That's when you need your front
several
man to be
assets
nice and
that
composed and to
basically
be
needs to be
clinical, and he just
imported
wasn't that from close in.
from
Cristiano Ronaldo. Benzema.
the local file.
Completely
So
intercepted.
yeah, basically, they still need to technically
Okay.
illegal to decompile.
Griezmann.
Perhaps, I'm not sure.
Nice bit of interplay between these two. So he might be through.
So
Offside
it's
called. We
all
can
times.
see again now. Well, that's a good call.
Yeah, I think it
Of
was.
course, it
And in the end,
was
it's
most
not a
likely
difficult
not
one
possible
because
on the
there's a couple of yards
console
in it, I think.
except for the deprecated console
opportunity.
such as the
Couple of
PlayStation
chances
2
now.
or
Well, it's out
PlayStation 3
for a
perhaps
corner.
with the custom firmware, or even PlayStation 4 is also available for the custom firmware, but
It's a good goal. They've pulled one back now. And they're
the
only one
original
behind now.
firmware
And there's still plenty of life in
games
this
that
match.
basically
They
played
look
from
to
the
level it
disc.
up.
So
Well, he gets the
there's
credit,
actually
and the
a
credit
mod
was being in the
for
right place at the right time.
Yeah, I
the
think the
PlayStation 2
easiest
game,
goal
since
he will
PlayStation
score
2 game
this
has
entire
been
season.
so long deprecated. So that's
Saved
the
by
reason
the
why
goalkeeper at full stretch.
now they are
From Real
only
Madrid.
try to sell
Karim Benzema.
new
Modric.
games from the modder, so which is
It's a terrific
available
goal at a terrific time, and it should
the
seal the
Winning
win.
11, I guess, which is the Japanese version of the Pro Evolution
Two
Soccer,
very well taken goals.
or even the Grand Theft Auto
Incredible game,
mods
one that we'll remember a
as
long,
well.
long
But
time.
of course,
with so
since
many
it
goals.
was a console and it was burned on the static disk,
Here's Carrasco.
so you just never really
Moving
change
forward with
how
some
the
danger
mod
to the opposition.
works
Now they're here.
permanently,
Got his shot
unless
off now.
it was
That move nipped in
burned
the
in
bud
the DVD
by the raising of the flag
revival.
from the assistant.
To me,
I
like
think
the
most
timing of the
likely
pass and the run
that
was spot
because
on, but
DVD
closer inspection, no, he
rewritable
was off.
is more expensive, so
Benzema
yeah, that's the
looked
reason
very good
why
indeed, but
perhaps
the move was broken down.
they just don't want to
Diego Godin.
kind of being edited again,
Atletico
perhaps,
Madrid now,
even though they're
attacking
basically
dangerously.
already do something illegal, but they're still trying to protect
Put in from the wide area.
their masterpiece for some reason.
Referee could have pulled that back for Real Madrid, but they play on because of his advantage.
So it's only
Bale.
4 minutes remaining, but also in the game as
Able to
well,
cut that
which
out
is
with, some sharp
something
movement.
I didn't eventually quit.
Return ball.
Maybe I tried to see
Really eye-catching play
how
by
the
Atletico Madrid.
menus
And it could get
look
better.
alike, perhaps.
He could lay it off to the supporting player.
But thing is, since
Gabi.
the sound of the football is basically
The goalkeeper
not
can get his head to this
high,
corner.
unlike the gunfight of any kind of cars crash, it
That's good
like previous games. So basically, the HDMI video capture, it seems to be smooth on recording the sound without any mute at the middle until the end. So which is quite interesting, but I never
On to Ronaldo.
really play this game again, perhaps because it's just so old. Even though there is people that like to collect FIFA games from time to time, not only for the collection, but also to play the nostalgia.
Always knows what he's going to do with the ball before he receives it.
Good vision. You're basically tourney, which you basically play as a single football player or soccer player only, and then try to move or climbing up the ladders into a success until you become a football or soccer player superstar, perhaps. So which basically maybe there's
they're not going to have many more chances
some differences between the year. I'm not sure, but used to tell
on the move all the time
on the review on the marketplace like that. Just for
a bit of menace in this attack
on the tourney.
Carrasco.
I just don't get it. Because if I'm not mistaken, those kind of features also already pretty long. Because from the PlayStation 2, I guess it's already has those kind of features, even though basically an open world game never really implemented into this simple football soccer games.
And it thumped into the net via the underside of the bar.
Well, it is difficult for any keeper when that happens because difficult to reach up to it.
This has been a treat to watch.
So
fantastic spectacle. So many goals.
The video, perhaps the last 2 minutes. But this Atletico Madrid seems to be still fighting with the hope of extra time, perhaps. Let's see how they can get those extra time.
Final whistle.
And the match is over. Yeah, the audience seems to be pretty simple. If I'm not sure about the latest FIFA game, but most likely FIFA will never really develop the Electronic Arts again. I guess they want to basically outsource their development since professional soccer is no longer its competitors, perhaps. So they try to reduce costs as much as possible. I'm not sure how bad or how different the FIFA 24, I guess, next year. So I just don't get it. What is this? Because there's so many weird things that have to be decided at the beginning. So just already the last 10 seconds. So yeah, I think that's all. And